2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And just about to get underway as the starting five. Welcome to 2K Sports for another DA. It's all.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubac in at center. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Trevor Ariza. And it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. Leonard back to Beverley. Leonard trying to break free. The putback, and Leonard stays with it.
Well, on nights where Kawhi Leonard piles up some points, he can make a big mark because of the offensive rebounding prowess.
Lillard attacking. And he banks in the layup.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. And now just over a minute played here in the first. And here's George for three.
Well, he has to keep improving on this end of the floor. When CJ is helping out on defense, the teammates feed off that.
Excellent D there from George.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Beverley, the pass to Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Beverley.
One of the better perimeter defenders in the game, and in the golden age of scoring point guards, Patrick Beverley doing his best to slow them down on a nightly basis.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Both free throws good from Beverley.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverley rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverley is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza. And it's Beverley missing. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And the basket by McCollum.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
The pass to Leonard. Morris outside. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. And the shot goes in. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here's Nurkic. Here's McCollum. And the rejection by Zubac. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverley. Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Anthony. Little, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Rodney Hood subbed in for McCollum. Now here's Jackson. The putback, No dice on the putback jam. Here's Trent. He's covered by Shamet. Trent can't hit. Jackson drives in. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Little with the ball. Guarded by Jackson. Little kicks to Collins. Shot clock at 6. There's the 3. No good there. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Outside Jackson. 20 feet out. Here's Green. Arrow high post. Pass to Jackson. Another shot. With the tip. And Green is right there.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Now, here's Collins. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Hood finds Collins. Back to Hood from downtown. Portland no good that time either. Clippers leading by 4. Outside Williams. Back to Jackson. Pass to Shamet. Hood against Jackson. Back to Shamet. Pass to Green. Outside Williams. From deep three-point range. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers lead by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Harrell. Landry Shamet is out there with JaMychal Green. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. Now here's Williams. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. That one goes in. Harrell's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many of the guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day who was my favorite. You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Both teams deciding to change it up. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And there's the pass to Morris. Clock at 6. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
Now here's Little. Back to Lillard. Inside. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Whiteside.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Beverly against Lillard. Now here's Beverly. Defense is right there. He can't get that one. Some solid defense from Lillard. And Whiteside's got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Kicks it out to Lillard. From past the arc. Hands it from downtown. Now just a 1-point Clipper lead.
This is what you're going to get with Lillard. He's a gunner. Right now, he's gunning from deep range.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Lobs it up for Anthony. Pass to Whiteside. McCollum outside. And it's Anthony at the elbow. Kicks it out to McCollum. Pass to Whiteside. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Here's McCollum. And yes, it's good. McCollum's got his second bucket.
Well, as his confidence grows, McCollum gets himself into attack mode, and that's where his game goes to another level. Beautiful drive by the young phenom.
And it's Beverly missing.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Here's Beverly following the score by Damian Lillard. Leonard inside. The Trailblazers on offense, stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going.
And Nasir Little, a player who fell on draft day, ended up with Portland. You know, he didn't do much as a rookie, but the potential is there.
For Nasir Little, it's going to come down to the defensive end of the floor. If he can get minutes out there and show that he's willing to get down in the stance, become a stopper, some of that offense is going to come along as a byproduct of playing with better offensive players.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. It's stolen by Little. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Jackson from long range. Zubats. Jackson passes to Shamet. Williams dishes to Green. Off with the layup.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their...
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They never put themselves in too much danger. 4 points. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard attacking. Basket counts. Lillard's got the lead up to 9 now for Portland.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
George looking around. Down low. Here's Leonard. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. That one falls. And now it's an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Rodney Hood's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Kicks it out to Lillard, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Collins checked in for Carmelo Anthony. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Beverly the pass to Morris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Lillard fires away from way outside. That one doesn't drop. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza.
That aggressive mindset of his, Leonard putting it on the floor and drawing contact.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he makes the first. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. And finished off by Nurkic.
And Nurkic getting up there and weighting that rim.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Harrell kicks to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Fires for 3. They get it back.
That's what Harrell does. He's in there mixing it up, and he goes right back up for a shot.
Trailblazers leading by 3. Lillard with no one around. Rebound by the Clippers. Harrell's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 4 this quarter.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
And here are the Clippers. They're on a 12-4 run. .144 left in the third quarter of the game. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Kawhi Leonard. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. High arcing shot. Great D that time from Harrell.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
The Trailblazers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard attacking. Feeds to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Passes it to Leonard. It's George on the wing. To the middle. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Harrell.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Lillard from deep three-point land. And it's off from three-point range. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's space and then go and corral that backboard.
Bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got 12.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game. In
the corner, it's Morris. There's the pass to Williams. And George, here we go. And George with this stuff.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
And a deep three from Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
You just don't realize how difficult it is to hit a shot that deep. And that was sweet.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Lou Williams. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He ends up dropping in. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Ivica Zubac is out there with Green. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Beverly in at the shooting guard.
And that's what you want to do with Whiteside, feeding him the ball in the paint where he makes the defense collapse.
And here are the Clippers now. Jackson deciding where to go with it.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Ariza kicks to McCullough. Here's Trent. He's covered by Shamet. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First free throw is good. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And Harrell slams it in.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
To the left side wing. Jackson against McCollum. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. McCollum up top, defended by Beverly. The feed to Whiteside. Anthony. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
I see Melo slink himself into position there, and good timing on the offensive rebound putback.
Jackson passes to Harrell. Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubac. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Zubac has got his first points of the game. Portland leading by 5. It's McCollum with the drive. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Trent. Here's Whiteside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Whiteside's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, it's 7'1", and with the type of length that Whiteside has in terms of his vertical reach, so hard to stop on the inside.
Stripped away. And here comes Ariza, leading the fast break. Pass to Trent. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And Beverly kicks to Shamet. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Nurkic checked in for Portland. And the Clippers with a change here too. Leonard's checked in. And it's Anthony with the ball for Portland. 7-point differential. McCollum against Beverly. Here's Trent. Shot from 12. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Shamet up top. He's guarded by Nurkic. Zubac the pass to Harrell. Beverly up top. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge.
What a jam!
Fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. Paul George stepping up big time.
Lillard outside. Portland no good that time either. Clippers trail by 4. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
George against McCollum. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by the Clippers. And now the Clippers on the break. George with the ball. Finished off the break. Now just a 2-point Trailblazer lead.
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
Lillard dishes to Carmelo. Back to Lillard. Nice touch on the shot from close range. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
That's a tip of the cap there. Always wanting to take the big shot for his team. Lillard makes more than his fair share.
Outside for George. Passes it to Zubac. The shot will not fall. Now Portland takes it the other way. Ariza goes in. McCollum outside. Three-pointer, Lillard drains the three-pointer. And it's a 7-point Portland lead.
They're in total command of this game with time starting.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Outside Anthony. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. McCollum left side. Lillard fires away from way outside. It's hauled in by Zubac. And the pass to George. Taken away by Anthony. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Portland winning this one. Probably. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. It's all happening in Dallas, Texas. Here at American Airlines Center, the Clippers. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. There is no question that...
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2. And for Dallas, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. Outside, George. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. And George with the stuff.
Really difficult to contain Paul George in these pick and roll sets because of his speed. I mean, that's one element that gives him a great advantage. He's really good at making decisions in tight spaces and in these pick and roll situations.
Here's Porzingis. Rebound by the Clippers. Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Offensive rebound. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Doncic against Beverly in the dunk by Doncic.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
Nobody near George. No good on the 3. The Mavericks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Here's Porzingis, and he uses the glass on the layup. Porzingis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, you know, guys, the combination of strength and height for Porzingis allowing him to take on physical defense much better.
And George, here we go. What a finish!
Good. Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. George against Doncic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
And Doncic throws it down.
Porzingis has no problem giving the ball up. This is just the kind of unselfishness you like to see.
Leonard looking around. A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. Tipped away. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort. And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s. Players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Dallas making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleber. It's Curry outside. It's good from long range. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Dallas leading by 3. Brunson, good.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Williams passes to Harrell.
Oh my goodness! That was special.
And don't sleep on Williams' ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
To the inside. Brunson kicks to Kleber. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Wright. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Jackson passes to Williams. Shamet on the wing. Williams inside. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Mavericks ahead. They're up by 5. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Just catching up with Montrezl Harrell, we mentioned his activity level.
That's what I play with, a lot of passion.
Greg, I know you agree, few guys bring his brand of intensity.
And he's added skills. He's a threat to score on the blocks. He passes out of double teams. Harrell's one of the more improved players over the last few years.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Dallas.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
They've got Curry. Maxi Kleber is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then it's DeJuan Wright. And it's Brunson in at the point guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Lays it up and banks it in. Green's got 4 this quarter. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Brunson the pass to Wright. Now Kleber. And here is Cauley-Stein, guarded by Green. Brunson kicks to Wright. Back to Brunson. The pass to Kleber. Out to the right wing. Just 4 to shoot. Outside for Curry for the 3. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in. And the Clippers with a change here too. Leonard's checked in. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Here's Green. The shot that time not on target. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Curry passes to Kleber. trying to find Curry. He's got it now. No good on the shot. Great D that time from Leonard. The Clippers in the lead.
And Clark, the second time was the charm for Seth Curry. Last season, he returned to Dallas after they let him go to Portland for a year.
Greg, sometimes we've seen it on the court. Sometimes we see it in life. I mean, you don't miss something until you don't have it. And Seth is more than just a shooter. He's a great shooter, but he's also a very reliable ball handler. He's unselfish. He doesn't take anything for granted. He plays hungry. And Dallas realized the mistake they've made and went about correcting it.
And stolen by Harrell. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Shamet. Yes, that goes in. And now a 5-point Clipper lead.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team. And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Left side, Curry. Over to the wing. Back to right. The dish to Curry. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Passes it to right. Weaver with it. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Paulie stopped. Rebounded by Jackson. And here are the Clippers. They're on a 14-4 run. Here's Harrell. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis comes in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway's checked in for Curry. And Doncic is subbed in for DeLon Wright. The Clippers also making some changes. Marcus Morris is checked in for JaMychal Green. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
You know, with that kind of height mismatch, you've got to send help defensively.
And Harrell, the bucket on the assist by Leonard. Harrell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers. Pass to Finney-Smith. On the wing, Doncic. Defended by Beverley. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 6.
Well, I love watching Doncic go to work there. Assertiveness is the key, and that's part of why he's so successful.
Here's George. Drops in the layup for 2. He's got 8.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not let.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Big time play throughout the first half from Montrezl Harrell. He ended up with 50. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. You know, guys, Montrezl Harrell has been exceptional here.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
So for the Clippers right now, we've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Doncic dishes to Powell. And here we go. Beverley heading to the hoop. Here's George. Again, Los Angeles.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Stolen by Beverley. A nice shot by George. And the Clippers lead by 16.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And Finney-Smith gets it to go. Finney-Smith's got his first points in this one.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Beverly, the pass to Morris. Looking for Beverly. He gets it there. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Clippers have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And the technical free throw is good. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Doncic outside. And Doncic throws it down.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Porzingis passes to Powell. And the rejection by Zubac.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Williams kicks to Morris. Pass to Beverly. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Tips it up. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubac has got 8 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
Beverly looking around. 1:33 left in the third. The pass to George. 3-pointer. Goes back up. Back to Beverly. On the wing, Williams. Kept alive. Zubac. Nobody near Williams. Great positioning on the putback. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Stolen by Zubac. George passes to Williams. Back to George. Over Hardaway. George, no good.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Powell kicks to Hardaway. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Lou Williams.
You know, for Tim Hardaway Jr., it's the family business. His dad was a pro and an outstanding one in his own right in the NBA. So Jr. knows exactly what it takes to excel at this level.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Doncic. And Curry subbed in for Jalen Brunson. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris. Landry Shamet's checked in for Williams. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Back to Jackson. Lets it go with a 3. And the 3 ball is good. Jackson's got 5 now.
I tell you, one thing Jackson has never lacked, confidence. I mean, when he gets a look, Reggie always believes his next shot will be his best one. Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Maxi Kleba is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Curry. And it's Finney Smith in at the three. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Hardaway finds Cauley-Stein. Back to Hardaway. From the baseline. And it's off the back rim, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Curry with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Stolen by George. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Hey, it's one thing to have the physical attributes, the length, the athleticism, to play good defense. But the other part of it is the instincts. And George thinks and feels things defensively as well as anybody in the league. And really excellent instincts at that end of the floor.
Leonard on the wing. For three. And Curry pulls it down.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Hardaway passes to Kleba. Got a piece of it. Now, here's Shamet. He's covered closely. Outside Leonard. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Justin Jackson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Barea subbed in for Seth Curry. Green kicks to Magruder. Passes to Mann. 5 to shoot. Green. It's good on the putback.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Pass to Marjanovic. Kleba with it. Lets the three fly. Green with the rebound. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Magruder passes to Leonard. Over Jackson. And it's Leonard again missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Out to the right wing. Pass to right. Here's Kleba. He's covered by Leonard. The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Magruder kicks to Leonard. Hits the jumper in space. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Here's Wright, and Wright throws it down.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Clippers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Leonard against Wright. Here's Mann. Hits the front of the rim and out. And it's Barea with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Bounce pass from Wright to the right side. Kleba kicks to Wright. Back to Kleba. There's the triple. Green with the rebound. And here is Los Angeles now. Leonard fires away from outside. The Mavericks pull it in. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And stolen by Patterson. And he makes that one.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. D8.
Hey, Kevin. Well, enough.
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for Brooklyn, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Durant down low. Morris is there. Allen, that's good.
That takes poise, patience, and vision. Great pass by Kevin Durant.
George passes to Zubac. Outside for George. It's stolen by Allen. And here we go. Dinwiddie heading to the hoop. Chalk up 2 there.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
George passes to Leonard. And it's KD with the rebound. One-on-one here. LeVert with it. Guarded now by Morris. And it's LeVert missing. Now George. Feeds it to Leonard. Irving against George. Shot clock at 5. Up again, and Leonard stays with it.
With hands wider than the dimensions of the basketball, Kawhi able to control it with ease.
Irving passes to Allen. Durant in the corner. And the layup is good.
Attacking the heart of the defense, Durant on the finishing end of a smart play design.
Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be. The anticipation of Kyrie steals it away, kicks off the fast break.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Beverley against Irving. Leonard looking around. It's George on the wing. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Fires from 18. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. So for the Nets, Jordan comes in for Allen. And Harris subbed in for Karis LeVert. And then for Los Angeles, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. And stolen by Harrell. Leonard attacking. And the shot goes down.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
The Nets with the lead. Dinwiddie outside to the paint. Jordan dishes to Dinwiddie. It's good. Dinwiddie's got his second basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores. He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Harris finds Dinwiddie. Here's Jordan. Down low. Dinwiddie passes to Irving. There's the feed to Jordan. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harris.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Prince is checked in for Durant, and it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Dinwiddie. To the inside. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Prince dishes to Harris. It's stolen by Green. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Williams. Outside Jackson. The three. The rebound by the Nets. Outside Irving. Now the pass to Luwawu to end the run. Can't hit that one. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers ahead. They lead by 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind.
How can we be the best version of ourselves individually?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
And they took advantage of some careless ball handling, some careless passing. You have to be more careful around these guys.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Green in at the power forward. Brooklyn making some changes. Jared Allen's checked in for Harris. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Irving. And then for the Clippers, Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Green finds Jackson. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well versed in finishing above the rim. In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact. And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Jordan. Great D that time from Green.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
Pass to Jackson. Shoots the three. Jordan with the rebound. Nets trail by 7. Here's Prince. That shot off the mark. Excellent D there from George. Shot, high post, and the jumper falls for him. And now it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Moving it up. And nothing is falling for him right now. Los Angeles leading by 11. And George, here we go. Excellent D there from Allen.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result. Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
It's tipped. Leonard with the steal. Durant against George. Count it. George has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen. Prince outside. He feeds it to KD. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Leonard, and it's sent back by Allen.
And how about, and with that great length and awareness, Allen continues to build his reputation as a shot blocker. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. The tray. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And the rejection by Zubac. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Beverly up top. Back to Leonard. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. There's a check in for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving comes in for Karis LeVert. And then for the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
And the wide open shot from Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Morris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Irving. Nets passing it around. Durant dishes to Allen. Over Harrell. KD finds Harris. Outside Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Jared Allen.
The dribble drive, yet another tool in Leonard's extensive arsenal, earns him a trip to the line.
The Clippers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
And stolen by Harrell. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They didn't get more than a one-possession. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Paul George really making a difference here.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And closing the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws.
Patrick Beverly is a tone setter, someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
He misses the free throw. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Brooklyn with the ball. Irving double team. Kicks it to Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the middle. Leonard with the steal. Beverly with the ball. He's picked up by Irving, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Luwawu is checked in for Dinwiddie. Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Inside, it's stolen by Green. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Nets trail by 21. Allen finds Durant. Back to Allen. Here's Luwawu. Passes it to Irving. Here's Luwawu. Covered by Morris. Just 5 to shoot. Knocked away. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go with Morris. Running it up the court. Whistle blows. If that's going to be a travel.
Yeah, I guess when you're up this big, you can afford to get a little sloppy.
So for the Nets, Jordan comes in for Jared Allen. And it's Prince in for Durant. And then for Los Angeles, Harrell, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Williams comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Luwawu. He's guarded by Williams. A nice shot by Jordan.
And DeAndre has really beefed up his body over the years, remaining ready for whatever the defense throws his way.
Jackson passes to Green. Harrell against Prince. Jackson dishes to Harrell. Back to Jackson. Three-pointer. Harrell on the follow.
This is Montrezl Harrell, strong offensive rebounder with the skill to make good on the second chance.
LeVert kicks to Luwawu Cabarrot. Prince, right side. The Clippers grab the miss.
2 minutes.
Pass to George. And it's Harrell at the elbow. Outside Jackson to the inside. Williams passes to Jackson. Back to Williams. Shoots from the baseline. He can't get it to go.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. So for the Nets, Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Green. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Paul George. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Nets trail by 21. Nets passing it around. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And Brooklyn making a change here. Durant's checked in.
Kevin Durant.
59 seconds left to play here in the third. On the wing, Williams. Back to Jackson. Here's Shamet. On the wing, Jackson. 5 on the clock. Williams can't hit.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
On the wing, Jackson. He's covered by Irving. Jackson dishes to Harrell. Back to Jackson. Launches it. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Dinwiddie passes to Harris. Down low. Here's Jordan. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 19-point advantage heading into. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So for the Clippers right now, Beverly and Shamet in the backcourt together. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Harrell in at the center. Irving looking for an opening. No good from outside.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
They'll double him with Harrell. Allen kicks to Irving. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. The Clippers grab the miss. Morris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Harrell finds Beverly. And Leonard has it in the corner. Shamet with it. To the middle. Here's Harrell. Makes it off the glass.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Leonard with the steal. And the Clippers another fast break opportunity here. Harrell, that's good.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Here's Irving. Here now is Dinwiddie. Allen. He gets that one.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Outside Leonard. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Allen, that's good.
You really got to hit Allen if you want to stop him. Just so long and strong from there.
Shamet the pass to Leonard. Back to Shamet. A 3 ball. That one, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. 2 minutes. To the paint. Got a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. Allen kicks to Johnson. Allen right side. Back to Johnson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Textbook feed from Allen, a big man who helps facilitate the offense.
Ball stolen. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson has the open look. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Nets trail by 21.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Clippers.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Leonard.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Clippers leading by 18. Outside Leonard. They get the rebound. Green kicks to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Magruder. And again, no good by the Clippers. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Takes a shot at the elbow. Count that bucket. And the Clippers lead by 20.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Here's Patterson. Off target from outside. Johnson, that's for 2, offline. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and The view high above our... And
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the center. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubac in at the 5. McCollum against George. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Paul George. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And it's in there.
Oh, no. Just don't let him get his feet set. Leonard has become a deadeye on the catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Ariza dishes to McCollum. Lillard against Morris. Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Yeah, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Portland. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Beverly against Lillard. From about 19 feet, Ariza with the rebound.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter. Melo has to be in position for plays like that. That time, perfect position.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
And another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. And the rejection by Zubac. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Morris, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
No good on that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza.
Great energy on the deflection, and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Green comes in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet's checked in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Williams' shot is off, and JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul, and the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in, and Portland with a change here too. Collins checked in for Carmelo Anthony. McCollum passes to Trent. And the basket by McCollum.
Lots of ways that CJ can burn you right there. Super effective on the inside.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Clippers moving the ball around. And here is Williams. And he lays it straight in. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right.
That's just pure strength and size from Whiteside. Just a Hulk out there. It remains a matchup problem for basically any roster to try to match up physically.
Jackson finds Williams. Inside, here's Harrell. Lays it up off the glass.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Trent. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the first. Cullen passes to Whiteside. 6 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. McCollum against Green. 17 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
JaMychal Green taking 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. 15 seconds left to play in the first. Lillard surveying the D. The three-pointer, no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Los Angeles on top, leading by a point. And back in a moment. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Lillard and Hood work together in the backcourt. Whiteside is out there with Collins, and it's Ariza in at the small forward position.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Left side, Leonard. And the pass to Zubac. Down low and stolen by Ariza. And here comes Ariza, leading the fast break. Count the basket.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, the buckets have been few and far between, and neither team able to get into any sort of offensive rhythm.
On the wing, George. Covered by Hood. George against Hood. A nice shot by George. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Ariza against Leonard. Here is Zubac. And Anthony sends it back.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. It's a three-point game. Anthony finds Lillard. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got his first 3 points of the game.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Outside Anthony. Leonard with the steal. Outside George. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. George has got 4 this quarter.
Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic and gets through contact on that play.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Here's George. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. George has got 8. 1:52 left in the first half. They double him with George. Pass to Carmelo. He dishes it to Nurkic. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Portland with the ball. And it's Ariza in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Leonard. Ariza no luck.
Now, shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
And it's George finishing it off.
Well, it's nice to see Paul George make a read, be in the right position to collect that loose ball and do something with it.
Lillard against Beverly. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Lillard. 1:02 left to play in the first half. Beverly finds George. Here's Morris, covered by Anthony. Beverly, the pass to George. Great D that time from Nurkic. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Hood can't get it to go. LA's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's George. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Nurkic dishes to Ariza. Back to Nurkic. Leonard brings the double team. Here's Anthony. Rebound by the Clippers.
They'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his first foul. 5 seconds left in the second quarter. Bounce pass from Shamet. Here's Green, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 3 rebounds. That about wraps it up. Time now for the second.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4. Ariza kicks to McCullough. Beverly against Ariza. Pass to Nurkic. 5 to shoot. Almost, but it rolls out.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
And it's good. 2 points. Leonard's got 6. Rig, which team do you think has the toughest offense to stop in the NBA?
You know, in their heyday, it was the Warriors, no doubt about it. Now, though, things are changing a little bit. It's a tough one to say. The Bucks seem to be amazing with what they're doing with Giannis. The Rockets with that 1-2 punch of
Harden and Westbrook is incredible. And don't sleep on the Lakers or the Clippers, partner. Right now, there's a few of them out there that I would lose a lot of sleep over trying to prepare to play against.
Yeah, I'm glad you included the two LA teams. And the Clippers making a switch here. Harrell's checked in. Leonard with the bucket.
That's Kawhi pushing the action all by himself there, attacking inside and starting to take charge.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. For the tie. He can't get that one to fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And stolen by Lillard. Anthony down low.
How about the experience paying off here as Ariza excellent at noticing that his man was wide open.
On the wing, George. He's guarded by McCollum. Back to George. Clock at 6. Back to Morris. Here's the three. The shot's good on the assist by George. Morris has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. McCollum against George. Back to Lillard. Anthony left side. This is to Lillard. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. So for the Clippers, JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. And now Portland on the break. Lillard with the ball. And another turnover here by Portland. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Zach Collins comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Little in for Damian Lillard. Jackson kicks to Shamet. Jackson passes to Williams. 1:58 left here in the third quarter. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Although he's a little bit smaller, Lou Williams does not deter himself from getting inside and scoring over the top of the trees.
A 3-time sixth man of the year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son 6 in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we can start to chisel out the sixth men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA. A great pass by Whiteside hanging in that play.
Jackson kicks to Williams. Shamet on the wing. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 6 to shoot. Here's Harrell. Passes it to Shamet. Williams looking around. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Trailblazers trail by 5. Trent passes to McCollum. Here's Trent. McCollum outside. That one goes. Just count it.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Now, here's Shamet. Defense right on him. Los Angeles with another miss. For Portland, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Collins dishes to Whiteside. On the jam by Whiteside.
Well, this is why Whiteside has a high percentage in terms of his field goals. Creates a job inside that he can get done.
From deep. Misses the shot. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers lead by 1. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 1 on the court for the Trailblazers. Anthony out there with Whiteside. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Little. And it's Trent in at the 2 spot. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Just a great alley-oop there. Teammates connecting. Whiteside with the jam. The D wants no part of that.
Outside Jackson. Goes up on the high post. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's Little finishing it off.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Clippers trail by 3. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
There's the pass to Harrell. Jackson against McCollum. Here's Zubats. Back to Harrell. Now here's Williams. Tight defense on him. Basket good.
Well, it's such a challenge trying to alter anything that Lou Williams does, just because you're on your heels most of the time.
Here's Trent. Tips it. And the second chance effort by McCollum. McCollum's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. And Jackson gets it to go.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
McCollum finds Anthony. Back to McCollum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. George is checked in. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Post game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it with double checking, and the game continues on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. We told him, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, get into the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
A nice shot by George.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up, a huge shot at this moment in the game.
Portland trailing here. And Anthony gets double teamed to the wing right side. To the middle, Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Outside, George. Outside Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. Beverly finds Zubats. On the wing, George. That shot is off. Good work defensively by Anthony. Reza passes to Lillard. Out to Anthony. 2:31 left here in the fourth quarter. Jurkic can't hit. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. The shot by George, no good. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Ariza passes to McCollum. It's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Oh, man, the DNA test comes back, and there is a clutch gene. McCollum with the confidence to deliver.
Back to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Zubac with it. Now defended by McCollum. George with no one around. George missing again. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
George looking over the floor. Leonard. Yes!
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. He's looking for Lillard and finds him. Good!
And he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. McCollum against George. Zubac trying to break loose. Oh, off target. Ariza kicks to McCollum. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous... All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. So... David.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis in power. Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And for Los Angeles, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here is George. Leonard attacking. Here's Zubac. Back to George. Just 5 on the clock. Tries again. It's another look. The 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, you know, guys, the combination of strength and height for Porzingis allowing him to take on physical defense much better.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Now here's Beverly, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Finney Smith passes to Powell. Tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Here's George. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game. The throw good, Paul George.
And if you want to talk about the best two-way players in the NBA, George's name would be high on the list for sure. I mean, that's the kind of presence he has at both ends of the court.
Morris passes to Leonard. Morris trying to free himself up. The offensive rebound. Zubac kicks to George. Shot clock at 6. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort. Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and simple.
Leonard attacking. Zubac, that's good. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Brunson the pass to Wright. Dallas moving the ball around. Left side Curry. Paul George with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. With the putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Now, here's George. He has 6. And the Clippers another fast break opportunity here. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Here's Shamet following the score by Lou Williams. Shoots over Curry, and it's Shamet missing.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Now, here is George. Back to Shamet. Here's Harrell. Shamet kicks to George. And it's George finishing it off.
One of the great athletes in the league, and there are a bunch of them, but he's at the top of the list. Ferocity on that throwdown from Paul George.
Kleber with the bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Williams dishes to George. Offensive rebound, Harrell. A second chance effort. And Wright pulls it down.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
Los Angeles leading by 6. On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Seth Curry. Maxi Kleber is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then it's DeJuan Wright. And it's Brunson in at the 1 spot. And there's the pass to Green. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley-Stein, a presence defensively.
Doncic is checked in for Dallas. Just 5 to shoot. Shamet the pass to Jackson. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Cauley-Stein, back to Kleber. And Kleber slams it in.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Here's Cauley-Stein. The Clippers grab the miss.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Jackson with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Jackson kicks to Shamet. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. For the Clippers, Marcus Morris is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis comes in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for...
How about the assertiveness from Hardaway Jr. there, electing to go with power and force? I love it.
Beverley, the pass to Leonard. The 9-footers on the mark. And the Clippers lead by 6.
And just solid play out of them that time.
Up top, Powell. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Dwight Powell's combination of athleticism and focus allow him to score despite getting bumped around.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break. The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Leonard attacking. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Here's Finney Smith. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got 3 assists in the game. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward. And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Green with the ball, and Jackson gets it to go.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Leonard kicks to Beverly. Back to Leonard. Jackson from long range. Porzingis with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 9. Here's Finney Smith. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss. Fast break. Here they come. Here's Beverly. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Reggie Jackson. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. On the wing, Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Dallas moving the ball around. To the inside. Here's Powell. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's George. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 10 points.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs, and he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And so it's Los Angeles finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll return shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 15. Kenny, how'd you see it?
Well, this is what Kawhi Leonard does, guys. He's fundamentally sound and takes advantage of defensive.
And now with the second half about to get underway.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Teams have dynasties, the 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, Who do you think's going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. And George kicks to Beverly. George passes to Beverly. Outside for George. 6 on the shot clock. Morris outside. Releases from 15. That one no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Zubac finds Beverly, and he converts the layup. Beverly's got his second basket of the game.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Finney Smith passes to Powell. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Doncic passes to Powell. Pass to Porzingis. The feed to Powell. Out to Porzingis. Back to Powell. Tries it from 9. That one wide left. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Morris looking over the floor. It's George on the wing. Inside. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got his first 2 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Leonard, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Hardaway dishes to Powell. And the rejection by Zubac. Stolen by George. Down low. Here's Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. To the paint. Morris finds Zubac. Good. Zubac has got 6.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
To the middle. Out to Hardaway. Back to Powell. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Right side Leonard. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Here's Powell. Misses from close range.
And I don't know if he needs a rest in this quarter or what, but he needs something to get off the snide.
And George gets it to go.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams. One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, sir.
And, you know, Powell is an excellent athlete, easily leaking out in transition and making himself a big target to throw the ball to.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Leonard kicks to Beverly. Beyond the arc. Powell pulls it in. Fast break, Dallas. Porzingis has got the ball. Feeds it to Powell. Out to Doncic. Passes it to Porzingis. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Clippers on top as they wrap up the third quarter with an energy burst, a 19-6 run. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here, we've got Jalen Brunson. Maxi Kleba is out there with Jackson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Wright in at the 2 guard. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Shamet the pass to Jackson. And stolen by Wright. Jackson down low. Doesn't go that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And here is Patterson. The pass to Mann. Looking for Cauley-Stein. He gets it there. Here's Jackson. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Jackson kicks to Shamet. Launches a 3. Drills the three-pointer.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
The Mavericks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter and finished off by Wright.
You know, guys like Wright, the energy he brings is contagious and good for the whole team. He never lets up, always going full throttle.
Jackson against Brunson. Outside Jackson, and there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Rodney McGruder's checked in for the Clippers. Then for the Mavericks, Marjanovic checked in for Cauley-Stein, and Barea subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things, never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Jackson passes to Marjanovic. And the layup's good off the glass.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Pass to Mann. Back to Jackson. Pass to Mann. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And he knocks down the first one. So for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Green, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And Dallas also making a switch. Cauley-Stein's checked in, and out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
.136 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Mann, guarded by Barea. Here's Zubac. And the Clippers miss again. The Mavericks have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Clippers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Leonard.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Shamet. Shot clock at 5. They get it back. The pass to Mann. Here's Patterson. Here's Zubac. And at last, they get one to fall. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 11 rebounds. And Wright, here we go.
Well, you know, you've got to really appreciate DeLon Wright's relentless desire to get better. I mean, this guy is constantly trying to hone his craft.
Free throw drops for Wright. And so Wright nails both of them. 29 seconds left in the game. Here's Mann. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Magruder kicks to Shamet. 6 to shoot. Goes up from the top of the key. No good off the back of the rim. Jackson from long range. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony. Coming up next. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sport. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. We have all heard the...
All right, David, thank you. So the Nets starting 5. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at shooting guard. And for Los Angeles, they've got Morris. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center, locking down the middle.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Here's Allen. It's hauled in by Zubats.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
A 3 from Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by Jordan. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Now, here is George. Jared Allen unable to get his last shot to go. Pass to Zubats. Over Allen. That one doesn't go. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Now here is George. Allen with the rebound.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Here's Beverly following the 3-pointer by Brooklyn. Leonard with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Beverly wide open. Misses the 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often. And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Brooklyn leading by 4. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Allen kicks to Durant. Pass to LeVert. Nets passing it around. Here's Allen. Good work defensively by Morris.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Beverly the pass to Leonard. And the Clippers miss again. Brooklyn with the ball. Right now they're on a 9-0 run. Durant dishes to Dinwiddie. LeVert against Morris. Lock at 6. Allen passes to LeVert. And he goes in for the dunk.
Textbook feed from Allen, a big man who helps facilitate the offense.
Clippers trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Leonard with the bucket.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
To the inside, LeVert. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Beverly finds Leonard. Back to Beverly. Fires the 3. Dives for it. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. A different look for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. Andrew Shamet comes in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. Harris comes in for Karis LeVert. 34 seconds left in the first. Here's Leonard. He has 5. 6 to shoot. Harrell kicks to Leonard. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Misses off the right iron.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
And Irving gets it to go on the assist by KD.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
Leonard. And Harrell slams it in.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Harrell's energy is what helps him collect second chance opportunities.
And so it's Brooklyn with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a... And it seems like players are constantly changing teams. Here is...
As a team, as a unit, as a roster, we've had a lot of turnover, and so...
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Luwawu is out there with Irving, and it's Harris in at the 3 spot.
And if you let the little guy get airborne before you slide over to block him out, he can and will embarrass you on the boards.
Clippers trail by 8. Williams with a clean look. And Harrell slams it in. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. It's Prince on the wing. Back to Irving. Inside. Out to Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shamet with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Outside, Green. Harrell against Harris. Harrell the pass to Green. Back to Harrell. Now Shamet. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The layup missed.
And Landry Shamet out of Wichita State. Some good young guards coming out of that program.
And another one, GA, that comes to mind, Fred VanVleet, also a former Shocker. Both he and Fred, they are knockdown shooters.
Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Jordan kicks to Luwawu-Cabarrot. Back to Jordan. Passes to Luwawu. Dishes to Jordan. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Down low. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. He dishes it to Irving. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Irving's got the lead up to 8 now for Brooklyn.
Sometimes I think Kyrie likes to get contact, probably because he can still finish through it.
Jackson passes to Williams. He's looking for Harrell and finds him. Green taking his time here. Shot clock at 6. Williams gets the bucket.
Because of his size, everyone tries to get physical with Lou, but he pays it no mind.
Outside Jackson. The pass to Green. Outside for Jackson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Harris finds Jordan to the paint. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. That one misses. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Shamet. Banked in off the glass. Now just a 2-point Brooklyn lead.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Jordan. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And he gets it to go.
Excellent timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Shamet kicks to Williams. 46 seconds left to play here in the half. Harrell, the pass to Green. Yep, it counts. Green's got his first bucket in this one.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Pass to Irving. Back to Harris. Back to Irving. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Reggie Jackson.
You know, when you talk to Kyrie, smart guy, cerebral guy, thinks about the game at the highest level.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. LeVert's checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Luwawu Cabarrot.
Kawhi with the 3, showing he's able to stretch the floor more and more.
And the layup falls. Leonard's got 10 points.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Here's Allen. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
And give him.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 12 points and 1 assist. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Morris finds Zubac. KD comes with the double team. Back to Zubac. Pass to Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. To the inside. Here's George. Brooklyn with the rebound. Allen's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the rejection by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
Clippers on defense. They trail by 1. And Los Angeles guys shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends.
And here are the Clippers now. Jumps up, and George with the stuff.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. You can see some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. To the middle. Here's Allen, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. And with Allen, the amount of floor he can cover with a few steps is staggering.
And, Kevin, it lets him take away chances and opportunities on D. On the other end, 1 step to the hoop, and he's completely relocated as a target. One of the best moving bigs in our league.
Irving passes to Allen. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And now a 5-point Brooklyn lead.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And that one drops.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Leonard with the steal. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And it's George finishing it off. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Allen dishes to Dinwiddie. 5 to shoot. Stolen by Beverly. And it's sent back by KD.
You forget Durant has the reach of a center. He can provide rim protection.
4 on the clock. Goes up again. George, no good. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
And the first one at the line is good. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing. And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And he gets the bucket.
Few players, if any, hit for a higher percentage inside. Jordan playing to his strengths.
The Clippers have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Outside Jackson. Outside Leonard. Dinwiddie with some nice D. The Nets with the lead. And they're on the break. Outside for Durant. It's Prince on the wing. Left side, Jordan. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harrell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Williams passes to Leonard. Good on the bucket. Leonard's got 12 points in the game.
Because he's so good at shooting it and driving it, defenses overplay Lou, leaving other guys free.
Jordan dishes to Durant. Back to Jordan. That shot off. Great D that time from Harrell. Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. Jordan finds Prince. Back to Jordan. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That is his first foul of the game. On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on a 12-4 run right now. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Williams passes to Leonard. Back to Williams. From outside the arc, it's hauled in by Harris. Nets trail by 3. Prince kicks to Dinwiddie. Back to Prince. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Down low. That's good from Harris on the assist by Dinwiddie.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Setting the floor for the Nets. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. And then for Brooklyn, Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Taurean Prince. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. It's 0-0. One play at a time. Execute the game plan. That's how we're going to win this game. Kevin is trying to keep him focused.
Dinwiddie dishes to Allen. Back to Dinwiddie. And stolen by Harrell. Morris with the ball. He's picked up by KD. Allen against Harrell. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. George looking around. 4 on the shot clock. Pulls up. High post. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Doesn't matter what defense you call against Williams. He finds the cracks and exploits them.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 7-point differential. Nice move. And Allen with the layup.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Beverly finds George. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Allen passes to Durant. Count it! And 11 chance for a 3-point play. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And you see the improved strength of Kevin Durant, able to convert through contact now.
That's good from Durant. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Harrell with it, working on Allen. The shot by George, wide open. Off target with his 3. Nets trail by 4. Here's Irving. Allen left side. Back to Irving. Morris with the rebound.
I guess even he has this one of those once in a while.
And here we go with the coach's challenge to surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call,
You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And Allen drops them both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And George kicks to Morris. From deep. And George gets it to go. George has got 7 points for the quarter.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Knocked loose, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
Here's Irving, and the rejection by Zubac. Leonard attacking. He doesn't hit that one. Nets trail by 5. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
The confidence of Kevin Durant on display, especially when the game tightens up.
George passes to Zubac. Here's Leonard. Guarded by KD. Leonard dishes to Beverly. That 3 off the mark.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Outside Leonard. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Zubac. And here's George for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Avert kicks to Allen. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yes, getting a little ahead of himself on that play.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2.
You know, when you look at the MVP race each year, most of the candidates were drafted in the top 5, but somehow Kawhi lasted to number 15.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
Second shot opportunity. Irving from long range. Does not get it. Third miss. He's made 4 from the field. Leonard against Allen. Leonard the pass to George. Outside Williams. He kicks to Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. Leonard no luck.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen. KD on the wing. Fires the 3.
Bringing a strong work ethic defensively. Morris grinding on the shooter there.
So the Clippers with the win. It was up for grabs right until the thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.